This is Rugby Merlin and welcome back to the channel. This is my review of Italy versus Wales in the Six Nations 2025. Wales have a couple of injuries just before the game. David Jenkins and Liam Williams are out. Picked up a knock, Liam Williams, and David Jenkins got a bug the night before. Probably a good call on their part, but it's a great atmosphere in Rome, and I'd really like to get to Rome to watch one of the games there. The atmosphere throughout was fantastic, and Italy are favourites. Now the commentator says that Italy never win when they're favourites. Now I don't know if that's an absolute, like they've never actually won when they're favourites, or whether it's just a general idea, but yeah, Italy are definitely favourites going into the match, and excited to see how they perform. A very scrappy first line out, and Italy compete really well. And one of my aims for this review is to really focus on Italy because, obviously I'm Welsh, so I can bemoan all of the faults in Welsh rugby, but I want to focus on the Italian performance, and they competed really well in the line out and really disrupted the Welsh set piece in general. And that was a theme throughout the match. Wales do put some phases together, and Thomas Williams at 9 again. He puts a couple of kicks in. One is an up and under, and Wales are lucky enough to regather. Then he shoots it out to the wing, and Josh Adams is very close to picking it up and going over for a try, but it wasn't to be. And yeah, not a bad start from Wales. So yeah, they're definitely in it within the first 5 minutes. Italy do work their way downfield though, and yeah, Lamero, the captain, he opts to take the points, which he did for the most part in this game, and I think that was a wise decision, playing it a little bit more pragmatically, just as the favourites should do really. Taking the points when they were on offer, and I was pleased about that because Italy really got what they deserved then, from their pressure and their territory. So yeah, good call from the captain, who had a great game. So Wales actually secure their set piece after a very shaky start in the scrum and line-out. They get a few phases together and put Italy under a little bit of pressure, and they get a penalty out of it, and it's 3-3 now. But I will say that already I'm seeing Wales kicking away way too much ball. I know it's wet and slippery conditions, which was attested to by some of the forwards, particularly Will Rowlands, who had a little bit of a nightmare coughing up the ball. But I just don't like to see teams kick away possession, and Wales did it all day, and they paid the price. So Wales have had the momentum for the first quarter of the match, and it's due for a shift, and Italy don't disappoint. They get a scrum in an attacking position, they wheel it to the blind side, and very sharp, very incisive running from the Italian backs. Garbisi takes the ball at pace, puts through a nice little grubber, and Capuzzo dots it over on the line. He loves playing against Wales. He always does something, and it's great to see. He's a fantastic player. But yeah, Italy get a first try of the match, and now it's 10-3. Italy maintain the momentum for the rest of the half, and as I said, they keep turning pressure into points, which is key for them. And yeah, they get another couple of penalties, and going into the halftime whistle is 16-3 to Italy now, and quite a big lead going into the halftime whistle. Halftime summary is that there's been way too much kicking for my liking, but I will say I'll give them a pass to a certain extent because the conditions are very wet, and Italy have kicked just as much as Wales, I think, in this first half. But the difference is Italy know when to keep the ball in hand when it's key, particularly in attacking like a 22 position, to actually put the ball through hands and try to make something happen. Canoni was fantastic at number 8 all through the match, and I think he got man of the match in the end. Lamero, and in general the Italian back row are doing really well. And Wales kind of off the pace a little bit, and I think Italy's lead is only going to grow in the second half. So second half kicks off, and Wales employ that Rob Howley attack formation, which is basically the back line running around like headless chickens and then kicking the ball away. That's what Howley has become famous for. Sorry to get too negative, but that's what I see. Italy, though, they're in such a prominent position now in this match. They do switch off, I would say, a little bit in the second half, and they're kind of coasting for a fair while. Teddy Williams, who I'm excited to see, Zavali's boy, gets his debut for Wales, Cardiff player, very good in the second row. But honestly, up until like the 20-minute mark, the 30-minute mark, is pretty uneventful, and it looks like Italy are going to coast to the win. Just to spice things up, Josh Adams decides to headbutt Garbisi off a high ball, and he gets yellow carded, and I'm expecting a red. Happy days, right? But ultimately he didn't get red. He only got a yellow. It's a bit surprised about, actually, because it was a very reckless challenge. But there we are. I guess that's a lucky break for Wales. So I will say positive point about Wales is at 14 men, they don't really concede a lot of points. I think it's just a penalty, and it's 19-3. And Wainwright comes on, and he does make a big impact. I mean, he's a classy player. I hope he gets a shout in the Lions back row, which is a very competitive position. But I think he's definitely up for it, and he's played his guts out these last two Six Nations in a losing side. So hopefully Wainwright will get on the Lions tour. And as I predicted, Wales do break the try-scoring duck, and they get a Wainwright, that man, he gets a try. And it's amazing what you can do when you keep the ball in hand and not just kick it away the entire time. So to me, that's a lesson to the Welsh team. It's like, don't keep possession, keep ball in hand. And I think the forwards really manned up for the last 20-30 minutes because they could easily have completely capitulated. And I said I was going to focus on the Italian side, but in the second half, really, they've just been coasting. Menoncello was absolutely fantastic. He never took a break, chasing absolutely everything, and he for me was the player of the match. Maybe the number 8, the Canelo, but Wales back in it now, kind of with about 10 minutes to go. So with that 10 minutes to go, Italy really need to switch on now, and they do, and they get 3 points, and to put it 22-8 in favour of Italy. But a little bit of drama before the end of the match, and Italy get warned by the referee. I don't like this cumulative idea of you give away a lot of penalties and then one of your players gets pinged. I mean, you penalise the player for what they do, not for what the team does. That's like collective punishment, which is a whole other philosophical concept. But I don't like that. But Italy pay the price, and they get a man sent off. Then they get another man sent off. Teddy Williams goes over, and he's done well. I really like Teddy Williams. He's one for the future, definitely. And Wales get a try and then a penalty try. So it's 22-15 now. So Wales are kind of... it's a bit embarrassing, but not really. But they go for a draw against the Italians. They have 2 minutes left, and they throwing everything, at least what they have, against the Italians. The Italians, they don't really break a sweat though in the second half. And Garbisi, Menoncello, those guys, they Lamero, those guys are class acts, and they could walk into, I think, pretty much any side in Europe. And that's what it is now for Italy. They have a very, very settled and strong team. They have a lot of power up front. Their set pieces sound, and they have a good back line that can threaten anybody on their day. So Italy, yeah, with a well-deserved victory. No complaints. Wales have their own issues, but congratulations to Italy, because I think that's the first time they've beaten Wales in Rome at that stadium. They usually beat Wales in Cardiff. So yeah, it's another milestone for Italy, and long may it continue. I mean, I really do like this Italian side and the kind of passion and the Latin kind of team spirit that they have, and it's a joy to watch. So congratulations to Italy, and yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, leave a like, all the other stuff, and I'll see you for the next one.